was in directing us to, and how good He was in purifying us, and how good He is as a caller, our Master Muhammad. Oh Allah, make us the coolness of His eyes, and make us of those who serve Him and help Him, and resurrect us in His close proximity, us and our families and our children. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We completed in the previous lesson in that which was related to the the advices of our master Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab, and the counsels of the companions are in fact counsels of the Prophet ﷺ, because they're taken from the same prophetic light. They are the ones the Prophet ﷺ guided us or informed us to follow them, and that we take from their way. So the Prophet ﷺ said that you should follow my sunnah and the sunnah of the khulafa that are after me, and hold on to it with your molars. This is the counsel of the Prophet ﷺ. Hold on to them. Hold on to these sunnahs of the Sahabas with your molar, as with your molars. It's a sign towards how severely we should hold on to them. So the more you hold on tight to something, that means it's very slippery if you leave them, because the Prophet ﷺ was informed or told us the events of the final days. So after seeing the events of the last days, he told us to hold on to the sunnahs of these companions with your molars, because felicity and success depends on that in this world and the hereafter. So we ask Allah that He makes us from them. And we stop in the words of Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab. Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, said, one who fears Allah does not give vent his rage. He also refrains from doing whatever his ego desires. Were it not for the fact of the day of resurrection, you would see things totally different than they are now. These are great words. Our Master Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab says that whoever fears Allah does not give vent his rage. Ghayth is rage, severe anger. Rage is more than just anger. So for this reason, the Quran came and ordered us to hold on to the anger, to hold on to one's rage. And anger is of many degrees. A person can hold on to his anger, hold back his anger on many of the levels of anger. But if it reaches the level of rage, this is ghayth, and this is something very few people who can be patient, except for the strong ones from the people of Allah and from the righteous people, and we ask Allah that He makes us from them with ease and well-being. So for this reason, Kadhimin, those who suppress their rage, because if, let's say, a person has reached that level of anger, is because he has been stirred up, or he has been disgraced, or he has been debased, and he's not capable of responding. So his anger increases until he reaches the point of rage. So for this reason, they say from the character of of noble people of is to hold is to not get or suppress their rage, and this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises them in the Quran, that those who suppress their anger, rage, because whoever reaches this level of rage, he is not capable of holding back himself. And so those who reach this level of rage and they're not capable of suppressing it, they do things that are almost crazy, to the point they might hit, and they might even kill, and they might even start disbelieving, and we seek refuge in Allah from that. They might even reach at the level of disbelief, or they might murder, or might divorce their spouse, all that because of the rage. This is why Sayyidina Umar said, one who fears Allah does not give vent to his rage, because whoever is acting on his rage is basically acting the orders of the devil. Because when is the devil present? The devil is present as the devil is present when the person starts doubting, or if he is he, or when his desires are stirred, or when his anger is stirred, and the second one is when he has doubt. These are the 5 situations where the devil is present, to the point the devil then gives orders at that point. So if a person has doubt, the moment you have doubt, the devil comes, especially doubts that are related that are between husband and wife, and these doubts are very dangerous. This is why Habib warns every husband and wife that never ever let that these suspicions uh, flow between each one of you, because if a person allows himself to be suspicious of his wife or suspicious of her husband, then the devil becomes present, and then the devil makes the affair great, and then the devil begins to whisper in that person growth whispers in that person, so that he grows the suspicion, to the point he starts doing things that are based on his suspicion, by spying and doing things that lead to the hellfire. So, so this is also in something that in acts of worship. Secondly, doubt in acts of worship. If a person starts doubting his wudu or starts doubting his prayer, then immediately the devil becomes present, and then the devil plays with him, like how children play with a football. One kicks the ball here and one kicks the ball there, God forbid. So for this reason, it is important for a person to be careful and to be awake, and to distinguish the whispers of devil. The second moment where the devil is present is when the person is not sure of what to do. This thing taraddud is when the person has not taken a decision. As long as a person hasn't taken a decision, then the devil comes and whispers and plays with them, and you're in between whether should I go or should not go. This is why the Prophet taught us the prayer of istikhara to cut off these doubts. The third place where the devil comes is when your desires are stirred, and this is something very very clear that does not require us to give commentary. This is why if a person his desires are stirred, then he should make wudu, because wudu puts off this fire of desire. Fifth fifthly is it, the devil is present or comes when you're severely angry, like when you reach the level of rage, and that moment the person does not even have his will with him. This is why if you see a person who has reached who's reached that level of rage, you are surprised and you're shocked that how can this person uh, behave like this. He's lost his mind, and that is true, because he is listening to the devil completely, and you start thinking, how can this noble man turn into someone like this? So for this reason, Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab said, whoever fears Allah does not give vent his rage. So there's a cure for rage, and there's a quick cure, and that is wudu, making wudu. And this is as come from the Prophet ﷺ, making zikr, changing uh, changing the uh, um, uh, changing the location where you are, but nothing removes the rage except fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whoever fears Allah does not give vent his rage. So we should grow in us this fear of Allah. And the reality is that we live in an age where the tribulations and trials are many, and the things that delude us are many, and there's nothing to cut them off, and nothing to cut these off of us except fear of Allah. Even in the raising of our children, a person, or whatever advices and counsels he may give, he should he should grow in the children the seed of fear of Allah in the children, to plant in the hearts of the children observing Allah, muraqabah of Allah. This is wasiyah of the Prophet ﷺ when he said, "Oh my child, I'm teaching you some words. Preserve Allah, and Allah will preserve you. Preserve Allah, and you will find Him in front of you. Remember Allah." These are counsels of the Prophet ﷺ. Then he says, he also refrains from doing whatever his ego desires. So whoever fears Allah refrains from doing whatever his ego desires. So whoever fears Allah does not give vent to, or he does not implement the orders of the devil when he is in rage. And also whoever fears Allah, and we know that taqwa is a type of fear, except that taqwa is fear with reflection, with contemplation. Is fear which is in levels, in degrees. This is fear that has been preceded by stages. This is why fear is, as Sayyidina Ali said, is to be afraid of Al-Jalil, which is Allah. And then he says, the one who has taqwa refrains from doing whatever his ego desires. Now look, in the beginning, um, fear